I can't stop playing this game, and I haven't been able to since 2004. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green was a much needed game for the franchise, but its original purpose was to be much less than what it was, or what it became. The game was made to bring the original 151 Pokemon into the Game Boy Advance universe, along with all of the others in the Hoenn region. Pretty quickly became one of the most replayable games of all time, next to the likes of Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto, when it comes to the level of replayability. Pokemon Red was a beloved game that started the Pokemon craze even before the anime had the chance to. One of the only knocks on the games was that it was pretty linear and the graphics were outdated, being that the game came out in 1996. But Fire Red helped us to look over that and revisit the franchise's first setting, Kanto. Remember, for the first time, vibrant graphics were brought to the region and they had updated sprites and pixel art and stuff. Even during times today, when Nintendo can fit Pokemon Legends Arceus into a handheld device, Pokemon Fire Red stands on its own as a fun way to get the Pokemon fix. But what makes the game so replayable, even more so than other Pokemon games? Every Pokemon game has a wide variety of Pokemon to mix and match your team, but what makes this game different? The answer could be a couple reasons. Kanto's flaw of being linear could also be its advantage if you look at it a certain way. There aren't too many hoops to jump through and the game doesn't coddle you or hold your hand like many of the recent games do. What helps me replay it is knowing the story so well and also being intrigued by using a new set of Pokemon. This game is so simple in ways. You don't have to worry about competitive battling, no EV or IV farming, or restarting the game because your starter didn't have the nature you wanted. It's a nicely wrapped single player experience. Some of us take the complexity to new levels with challenges like the Nuzlocke challenge, bringing a new twist to test true Pokemon mastery. Another reason that we keep going back to this game is just the pure nostalgia of the franchise. For a lot of us, it was our first introduction to the franchise, and the jump from Red to Fire Red was a massive overhaul of the game that we fell in love with. We are extremely familiar with all of the 151 originals. In that part of our brain, diving back into our past memories with the original crew gives us just the serotonin boost we needed. One other reason we keep going back is because the game might just be the best remake of all time. Too often do we see studio remakes being trashy cash grabs. And it seems like the studios don't even care about the products they are remaking, no matter how revolutionary or prominent the original game was. Don't get me wrong, of course there are good remakes, but very rarely do we get the perfect one. The one that's clearly better than the original. All of the positives that this remake brought were astounding, and it didn't even have to leave the handheld medium. Also, fan reception to remakes are often extreme. Studios usually don't even touch them, but the Pokemon franchise seems to heavily lean into them. Even though we get the rare and occasional mess up. Fans want a game that doesn't deviate too much from the original, but also brings in new concept. Those are two nearly opposite extremes of the spectrum and could be hard to balance. Sometimes you need to wait a long time to even bring up a remake, to let the fan base grow and mature while also letting technology advance. That's a problem that the Last of Us remake could easily fall into. But yeah, I play this game a lot and probably will continue to play it until Nintendo fully leans into emulating their own titles and maybe even bringing it to mobile gaming. But we could talk about why emulation should be welcomed, if not legalized, for their respective studios later. I have a lot to say about that, but that is all I have for you today on Breaking Bread. Tune into why I believe Legends Arceus is the GOAT Pokemon game. Until next time, peace out.